Hi guys, my name is Karuna. I'm 23 years old and today's video is going to be about losing a parent or a mentor. I lost my father this year, April 27th. He died of heart problems, a massive heart attack to be exact. It was very unexpected and he was only 55 years old. To make a long story short, because I'm not going to get into the whole thing because I want to get into the grief, my father was having chest pains. He's had them all his life, but he was always too stubborn to go to the doctor. He passed out one day. Hospital sent him home, said he was fine. Passed out the second day and was pronounced clinically dead until they shocked him and he was back. Went to the hospital the next day for chest pains again. I got a little bit upset because he didn't call me back. He called me at 7:30 p.m. saying he's never felt better in his entire life and that he'd be home tomorrow. He said he'd set the phone next to the bed in case something happened to him and he'd let me know. And I said, well, that's not really going to help you, you know, or help me, because obviously you're not going to be able to answer the phone. I just thought that was pretty ironic. At 9:30 p.m. I get a phone call from my mother, who I haven't spoken to in a year. She said, please come down to the hospital, something's happened to your father. I didn't assume the worst. I tried telling myself that nothing happened, that he was just, maybe he had like a little bit, maybe he had to get surgery. Excuse me. Which I forgot to mention, he did get surgery the day or 2 days before. They put 2 stents in him, so he went back to the hospital 2 days later for pains, and that's where we're at now. So at 9:30 p.m. I got the call. I went straight down to the hospital. I'm 45 minutes away from my hospital where I live. 2 minutes from the hospital I get a phone call from my brother, who I rarely talk to. 2 words: he's dead. I remember I threw the phone I was in the car window with my fiance. I threw the phone at the windshield. I fell down underneath where the airbags are and the glove boxes. I crawled up in a ball and I couldn't breathe. I remember trying to get out of the car. I don't know where I was going. We were on the highway. I tried crawling out of the car, killing myself. I was 32 weeks pregnant at the time, I believe. 35 weeks pregnant, I apologize. I was 35 weeks pregnant with my daughter at the time. When we got to the hospital, my mother was already there. I hadn't seen her in over a year. I remember they had to carry me to my father's room because I was like a slug. I couldn't walk. I couldn't move. I was crying so hard that I was hyperventilating and they were about to take me as a patient. When we got to the room, I had to identify his body since I was this child. And I remember looking at him and touching his face, and there was nothing there. And I know this sounds kind of horrible, but it just reinforces my belief that we all have souls, because touching my father's face, it felt hollow, if that makes sense. And I know this might sound grim, but I touched his arms and touched his hands and I was hugging him and saying, please wake up, but at the same time, I knew his soul wasn't in his body. And I know people say who don't believe, and I'm not talking religious, I'm not, but I know people who don't believe in, anything after death. I just really feel it's bullshit, because your cells are still alive once you die, and they're working to shut down the rest of the body, if that makes sense. I know I might be not 100% correct on that, but your body's really working. That's my cat. Come here. Get. Sorry. But your body, is shutting itself down. There's still live cells. Your organs and everything obviously are shut down, but you get what I'm saying. You're working. So you can't tell me that the reason a person looks dead, or you understand, is because, well, he's dead. It's like you're telling me, basically touching his face, I knew he wasn't there and I knew he was somewhere else. My father was a very strong, a very strong, avid Christian. He swore so much. Like I'm telling you, the F word in every sentence. But he believed in God and read his Bible every day. That's the first thing I got whenever we had to clean out his house. I grabbed for his Bible because although I'm not religious, I like to read what my father had underlined and highlighted to just get a little bit more of a grasp on his beliefs. So anyway, he was a drug and alcohol counselor. He's saved hundreds of lives, and I used to be a drug addict at 4 years, Oxycontin. I never shut up, doesn't make it any better, but I am 5 years clean now. And if it wasn't for my father, I'd be dead, which to this day I kind of wish that I were dead. So whenever he passed, I would be with him right now. And I know that sounds grim, but I know for a fact that you people who have lost your parents feel the same way, and if not the same way, you feel close. And I'm sitting here and I'm trying to tell you, if you've lost a loved one, even a loved one, I'm talking mainly parents, but anybody, you know, could be your best friend, could be your sister, your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your twice removed dog. You know, grief is a hard thing to get over, and don't ever let anybody tell you to get over it, you know, because you're never going to get over it until you're ready to, you know. I'm saying this in a way as my mother is such a horrible person, and that's why I don't talk to her, that she actually told me, she said, don't act like you're the only person in the world who's lost a father. You know, get over it. And she's an evil human being. I mean, everybody kind of just stays away from her. This is my vape. I'm just gonna hit this real quick, but she's just an evil person. So we all, like I said, stay away. But yeah, don't ever let anybody tell you to get over it. It's a process, man. And I understand where you're coming from. I understand how you're feeling. First, you think you're in shock. It's like some people don't even cry. My father was actually the first funeral I cried at. And I've lost so many people in my life. My father, I cried. And, I actually have it. This might be grim, but I know to the people who have lost a parent or a loved one, they understand. This is my father's ashes. I don't know if you can see them. I have all of him in my room next to my bed. And every night before bed, I have a little altar, which I'll show a clip of towards the end of the video. I have an altar for my father with his ashes, his Bible, some crystals that he bought me. This is his perfume that he used to wear. It's called Obsession by Calvin Klein. I spray it around the room sometimes to remind me of him. It smells really good. You know, for people who, you know, are in my position, or I'm in your position, it's okay to grieve, it's okay to cry. You think to yourself, everybody's getting over your parent, or your sister, or your loved one, everybody's getting over them, and you still feel like you're the only one who just grieves for them, and everybody's moving on, and you're stuck in the dust, you know. I can relate, and I'm just here to tell you, don't fret, don't worry, and don't think you have to get over it, because you don't have to get over it. Obviously, it's a good thing to try, you know, it's a good thing to grieve, but don't put it in the back of your head and forget and let the thing build up. Don't let that problem build up, because it's just gonna get worse. I mean, it bothers me because I've had so many things happen in my life, and I put them behind me. I never dealt with them, and to this day I'm still, it's affecting me hard. I need to get over these problems. And if I would have just gotten or tried to say to myself, it's not going to get any better, I just need to take one day at a time, I probably would have been a better person to this day, or in a better position. That's exactly what you need to do, is take it one day at a time, because I cry every day still for my father. I loved that man, and I know you're listening and watching and say, oh, I know what it's like to lose a loved one. Yes, you love him, but this love that I had for my father, and I know people know where I'm coming from, is like on any other love that I've ever experienced for anybody. And I'm talking my children, which I love just as much, but it's a different kind of love. My fiance, a different kind of love. Everybody, who I know, friends, a different kind of love. Other family members, love. But for my father, he was my rock. I talk to him every day. And I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about too. It's hard not talking to your parent anymore once they pass. After they've helped you and raised you for all your life, But I'm trying to tell you, don't ever stop talking to them, because they are still there. It may be hard to believe that. It may be hard to say, oh, he's not sending me any signs. He's not there. He is there. She is there. They are there if you lost both of your parents. They will always be there in your guardian angels. And sometimes it's hard for me to believe that, because like I said, I'm not religious. I'm not Christian. Who knows if angels exist? But there's a such thing called near-death experiences, which is absolutely amazing and scientifically unproved. It's just a very... Anyway. So I'm sorry if you've lost a loved one. I know what it's like, and I may not know exactly what you're going through, but just like I said, I can understand a little bit. If you ever need, any of you, need anybody to talk to, I know that I'm some random YouTuber. You don't know who I am, but I will reply to you and I will help you the best that I can if you're grieving, because I know what it's like. And that's all I can do, I may not be able to get back to everyone right away, but I'll set my email in the description box. So if you need to talk, you just message me. Sorry guys, my battery died and I kind of got caught off guard, so anyway. So I'll leave my email in the description box and anybody can message me. Please don't send me spam. Please don't put me down. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to send love. And like I said, you never know what anybody's going through. It's very hard to sit there and try to make someone understand when they don't. And if somebody's trying to make you understand, honestly, my advice is just try the best you can. Be there for them. Hug them. Some strangers are so, against, just hugging random strangers, but I promise you, and I'm not bragging, but any time that I've ever hugged a person, they've loved it, and whether or not they wanted it, I'm just saying, whenever I was talking to them, and they were kind of, nervous once I gave them a hug and said it's okay, they understood, and they were thankful and happy, and they felt better, because it's actually scientifically proven that hugging somebody for 20 seconds actually boosts your, what is it? It makes you happier. It releases endorphins. And just do it. Hug somebody for 20 seconds and tell me if you don't feel better afterwards. And like I said, you've never walked a mile in anyone's shoes. Just try to understand. Try to understand if you have somebody who's lost a loved one. Comfort them. Ask them how they're doing, To this day, I don't have anybody, except for my fiance, who has to deal with me crying every single night over my father. But nobody ever, and I'm not saying they should, I'm not asking for a pity party, but it'd be nice for someone to actually listen. And I'm not saying just sit there while I tell you this and that, but somebody who actually understand or try to and listen deep down in their heart, So thanks again, everybody, for watching, and I'm sorry if I didn't get much done, or much to say, other than, like, I'm here for you guys, and I hope that you would be here for others, here for your friends and family, and losing a parent is one of the hardest things, and don't let anybody tell you to get over it. You take your time, one day at a time, you cry it out, you laugh it out, you remember those good memories, you sing and dance and do everything you can to make yourself feel better. And know that your parents or sister or brother or loved one is always with you. They will always be with you whether you believe in religion or not, because I'm not religious. But I just know the signs that I get. And I know it sounds weird, like, oh, she's, saying whatever. I get signs here and there. Unreal. So, thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe, let me know if you'd want to hear another video. Maybe next time I'll be able to mix my words right, so, things will be okay. But, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Here are some clips of my father's altar, my tattoo portrait of him, etc., etc. Much love, guys. Oh, and here's a picture of my father. That's my son, Odin. That's me and my father. But, alright guys, I'm not going to keep you staying around. Thanks for watching. Bye. This is my father's portrait. It was done by a place called Matthew's Party Tattoo. Amazing place. They did amazing work. It's not finished yet. I plan on getting a quote that my father used to say on my arm. And there it is. This is my father's altar that I've made for him. The picture that I took off is in the living room. Picture of my father. It's kind of broken because I accidentally dropped it. Picture of my son and I. A letter I made for my daddy when I was little. I took some Beck's stickers and put them on there. But that's my dad's Bible. His obituary in the newspaper. His glasses. Some crystals to protect the energy. There's his ashes. I'm still waiting on getting an urn, but I can't find a correct one. Candles I light every night before bed when I talk to him and pray, even though I don't know how many times I have to say I'm not religious. But that's it, guys. I hope you like it. Please subscribe. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, you guys. I really appreciate all the love you've given me in the past, and you guys are the reason that I keep going on sometimes. But much love, guys. Bye. Yeah, go ahead. There we go. That's alright. It's not gonna.
Sarah, if he gets a piece of that paper.
Dad. Come on, Bubba.
No. You want that. Keep on going.
Thumb's blinking. There you go.
It's like, I want to eat it, that's all. No. Oh. Hey,
Well, at least we know what we're going to be dealing with tomorrow.
Look at him. He's a madman. He wants to eat that paper.
Come on, buddy. Oh, you're so sweet.